It's very impressive, the work you're doing in the background there. And then Tuesday you'll no doubt be with your mentor at Sports Bike Shop making a nice new video for the company as well, won't you?
Yep, whatever he tells me to do, will be done, hopefully.
So, well, here we go.
Green flag at the back for the Minitwins and Rookie Minitwins. Out go the lights, and for the final time the Minitwins are underway. Ronnie Harris and Bill Harris, that's 1 and 2 as they go into Old Hall Corner. Steve Costin is in 3rd place. Everybody through safely, watching them as they go. The Harris brothers out in front. Steve Costin, Will Howarth. Can't quite see who that was there in 5th place, Keith. Looked like Kev Lilly was challenging for 6th, but it's the Harris brothers 1 and 2.
Trying to see if I can see it. Might be, I think it is Kevin 6 there. Well, we get confirmation. Yeah, you're certainly right. The Harris brothers off to another good fight. I doubt there's any sort of team tactics there. I can promise you, I don't think that Bill is going to be riding shotgun for his brother for protective purposes, shall we say. I think he's probably out for everything he can get, and you can't blame him for that in any way, shape or form, because at the end of the day, you're racing for yourself. It's it's not like a team where he's got some sort of professional obligation, shall we say, to behave or whatever else he needs to do. I think he's definitely going for it in his own fine style. So look forward to them coming over the top in just a moment. And here they come into the chicane, and look at Ronnie go. He's got fine style, flicking to the left, body position absolutely beautiful, left and right. This time it is Bill in 2nd, Howard looking racy in 4th place there. Then it is Costin. I didn't quite get a look at the side of the next bike along. Not sure if it was Ducran or not though, because poor old Mitch has had a couple of issues, of course, hasn't he?
Certainly has. And I suspect it could may even be different bodywork for Mitch Ducran.
Maybe that's what it is, of course. Yes.
There's a bit of gravel rash on the pink and black bits earlier on as they come around lodged down.
Nobody needs gravel rash on their pink and black bits, mate.
No, definitely not. Around to complete lap number 1 of 7, and it's Ronnie Harris with quite a big margin over his brother Bill Harris, but Will Howarth is challenging into Old Hall. It's Bill Harris who holds on to 2nd place, but Will 3rd at the end of lap number 1. Steve Costin is through in 4th place, and it's James Nage who's up to 5th place there, Keith.
Wow.
To James Nage, he started 5th, he holds on to that 5th position, ahead of Jack Betters, Jack Noble, first of the Rookie Minitwins, Kev Lilly, then it's Brandon Wibley ahead of Rob Bryan, Brian Mayer in 11th place, Dan Sales and James Eggington up next, number 52 machine of Eggington. Looking for the 66. Doesn't look as though Mitch Ducran is out there, unfortunately.
Okay, that's a bit of a shame, because I was hoping to see Mitch do well. He's been getting better and better all weekend, in fairness to Mitch, but obviously things aren't going quite Mitch's way at this stage. Well, they're certainly going Ronnie Harris's way, mate. The guy is absolutely on fire this weekend. He's looking to make it a perfect weekend. Doesn't get much better than 4 from 4, especially the way he won that race yesterday. That was genuinely spectacular, and I think he's going to be unchallenged, unlike his brother Bill, who has got his hands full with Will Howarth trying to find his way past. These two have opened up a bit of a gap now to Steve Costin. Howarth looking left, looking right, trying desperately to find his way past. Next across the line it is the 112 machine. That is James Nars. That's the best result we see from James for a while. I thought he'd lost his mojo there for a while, but he's doing a really good job ahead of Jack Bettis. And then Mr. Noble, the leading rookie, Greg Noble, he's been very impressive. Jack Noble, sorry, he's been very impressive indeed, hasn't he, mate?
Yeah, he certainly has. He's 7th at the moment in front of Kev Lilly, and we know how good Kev Lilly is on an SV650.
Yeah.
But Ronnie Harris, he is proving to be the man to beat. He's went purple in sector number 2 by 0.7 of a second, as again side by side across the line. Will Howarth up the inside this time, and he gets it done. Will Howarth moves up to 2nd position on the number 96 Black Suzuki, but Bill Harris, he doesn't want that 3rd place. Tries to get the run on Will Howarth, but Will's got the line and holds on to 2nd.
Down the Heck Hill they come then into Cascades, and yeah, it's an advantage by 2, 3, 4. He gets better drive, actually. Fair play to Will. I think he might have just about broken the toe. Maybe another bike length would have done it, but I don't think Bill's going to be able to put himself into a position to be able to challenge. I tell you what the shame is, mate. It's a real shame that Ronnie's not out there with Dave Twyford and Del Dowds. You can imagine the races the three of them had. And I'll tell you what, the other thing I'm going to report, mate, I've got a couple of tiny drops appearing on my windows here. Nothing to worry about at the moment. And my hardy spectators, and nobody's reaching for the brollies at the moment, but I don't think they're a hangover from yesterday somehow. So I hate to say, I think Storm Dave might be getting its revenge. Let's hope we can get through these races safely. Ronnie Harris then down into Hislops. He's getting chased hard by Will Howarth. Now what I want you to do here, mate, is have a look at Howarth's time and compare it with Will's. I know there was a gap of over 2 seconds when they came across the line there, but we're going to get an update on the sector times very shortly. I think it's going to be still a good 2 seconds advantage to Ronnie Harris, but I think Howarth is desperate to try and claw one back on what is going to be his championship rival, I think.
Yeah, I think looking at it, it's about 2.3 seconds as it went up into sector number 2. I'll try and pick him up as they
Yeah, you're right, mate.
In towards Lodge. That's where your race leader, number 660, Ronnie Harris, is at the moment. Next up, that is Will Howarth from Bill Harris. So it's Harris 1 and 3 with Will in the middle. And Bill not quite close enough to challenge Will Howarth into Old Hall Corner this time around, but it's a 1 minute 49.053 for Ronnie Harris, your race leader. He extends his advantage to 2.7 seconds over Will Howarth. Bill Harris up next, Steve Costin. Jack Bettis and James Nige having a good ride. James Nige got a 5th place earlier on today, so he's looking good.
Okay, I didn't realise that one. Sorry, mate, I don't have the screen all day.
Had an interesting weekend, I think. He was a DNF in race number 1, but he came back with a 6th position in class and a 5th position earlier on in the weekend, and that was in race number 2 and 3. So at the moment he's in 6th ahead of the first of the rookies, Jack Noble, by 2.7 seconds. Kev Lilly 0.3 of a second behind, but they are 4 seconds up the road from Brian Mayer, who half a second behind him is a second of the rookie mini twins. That's number 606, Rob Bryant, as we have one of our rookie riders just running off the circuit at Druids, Keith. So I'll try and
hopefully they've kept it up right. We've seen an awful lot of action at Druids, and we really don't need any more of it, do we?
I can see just how deep the gravel is there as well. It's almost at the swing arm.
Right, I tell you what, Bill Harris is not giving up on this one. I did wonder once Will was past whether he'd be able to close on the Ronnie Harris in front of him, but I have to say Ronnie knows what he's got to do. He's got the opportunity to make a break, and he is absolutely flying there as Howarth and Bill Harris go over the top there. They both do PBs, but their PBs are a little bit slower than what Ronnie Harris has done, or do pretty much the same time. So Howarth is definitely not closing down on Ronnie Harris by any stretch of the imagination. He's riding hard. It's going to have to be a hard ride to hold on to that second place. Steve Costin, a little way back now. Unfortunately, Steve not able to keep up the pace there. Jack Bettis is having a relatively good race there in 5th place, but he's got James Nige very close company, and I think that could be the main battle we could be talking about, apart from the Harris and Howarth battle very shortly, because I think Bettis and Nige are going to come over the track, and they won't be separated by too much either, are they, Bradley?
And no, just watching them now, James Nige and Jack Bettis across the line. It's 0.9 of a second, in fact. So James Nige did find a way through, and Jack Bettis, as you said there, 0.901 is the gap between those two riders. It was the 998 machine of Tony Hood who ran on at Druids, but he is back on the circuit now. So Tony Hood, he lost about 40 seconds, did Tony Hood. But the gap at the front, 3.2 seconds. But then the gap between, let's have a look, Will Howarth and Bill Harris, less than a quarter of a second.
Okay, watching them around the circuit now, some good battles all the way around. A lot of chatter on the radio. I'm not quite sure if it's race related though, so we'll just keep an eye on things and make sure everybody's tripping the timing beams where they should be. What I do know is that Ronnie Harris is coming over the top there, and he is braking hard. I tell you what, Bill and William are having a good battle. I thought the position had changed, and this confirms it as they're visually in front of me now, and that is Bill Harris, who has now got the advantage over Will Howarth once again. So doing a solid for his brother by removing 4 points from Mr. Howarth's overall tally, if he can keep staying in that place till the end of the race. I think Steve Costin might come under some serious pressure here as well, because it looks like James Nige is very close indeed, and just behind James we still got Jack Bettis as well. We've got a back marker coming into play up there, which they'll probably get around about the time they get to you guys as well. Kev Lilly a little bit further back, and he has got the impressive rookie there of Jack Noble behind him, with Rob Bryant and Brandon Wibley. next up as far as the rookies go. We've got Brian Mayer in the mix between those rookies, which is good news for some of the rookies. So yeah, you can see Bill Harris over the line there, mate. He's definitely doing his brother a favour, isn't he? His brother has got a little bit quicker at 49 though. We haven't quite cracked the magic 48 bracket, but we are very close to it. It's a mid 48 we're looking for the lap record here.
Here's the battle between Steve Costin, James Knight and Jack Bettis is on them as well now, so I'm not sure if Steve Costin has had an issue because he's done a 1 minute 56 on that previous lap. His best of the race so far is 3.4 seconds quicker. That's a 1 minute 52.6 for Steve Costin. So he's lost time in the first split there, Keith, Steve Costin, and that's brought him back into the clutches of James Nage and Jack Bettis. Kev Lilly is across the line, 0.3 of a second up the road from Jack Noble. Rob Bryan is through on Brian Mayer, and Brandon Wibley is not too far behind either as they make their way down the avenue in towards Denton's and Cascades. A few changes of position further down the order. Jack Wolf is in front of Martin Siggins now on the circuit. Merlin Lindsay has found his way through on the number 164 of Adam Fernley, and that is for the minor placings. Looks like the number 85 of Richard Turnbull has returned back to the pits, unfortunately. But yeah, that 5 second advantage for Ronnie Harris over Bill, and then the gap between Bill and Will Howarth, 0.09.
Howarth has now got the advantage once again. Those guys are attacking a back marker as well, so the back markers may well have a role to play in this race. They're going to be coming around to get the last lap now, if my calculations are right. So we're running out of time, and I think it's going to be Ronnie Harris who's going to lead the way once again for this battle between Bill and Will. The Billy Willie battle is going to be very close indeed. Some other good little battles going on down through the field. Some minor mini-twin, rookie mini-twin battles going on. Everybody enjoying themselves, but obviously we're concentrating on the overall lead here. And,
so across the line, Will Howarth led by 9 thousandths, but Bill Harris up the inside, and it is Bill Harris who's retaken that second place. Will Howarth is right there with him though, Keith, down the avenue in towards Cascades, and Ronnie Harris a 1 minute 49.003. So very, very close to a sub 149 there as Jack Bettis goes up the inside. I think that was James Nage, it was. So Jack Bettis up the inside of James Nage, but James trying to get the run there side by side down Denton's into Cascades, and I think James Nage may have just got it back.
Well, looks like Harris is going to get slipstreamed, I think, by Howarth. Not 100% sure. Certainly, Ronnie Harris out in front is disappearing faster than Scott Mills's career in fine style, unlike Scott's career. He's going to be coming over the hill down towards me very shortly indeed with a massive lead. Hopefully he's finished passing the back markers. There is one more. I don't think he's going to get him before maybe he will actually. But here comes the main battle I'm interested in. It is Harris who leads Howarth once again into Hizzy's chicane. Now Will's going to realistically have one last chance, maybe at Lodge, to punch his way past. He knows how to go people out up here, how you can pass at Lodge or get the drive coming off of Lodge there over the line, because his brother did that to Will yesterday. Watching the battle behind as well, it is still Costin ahead of Nage, and again they've got a back marker just ahead of them now. Only one more to go. Let's see if that has any role to play. It looks like Costin's going to go wide up the inside of the back marker. Back marker's good in a straight line, but then back markers so often are. They're going to catch him up around about Druids as well. So again, that one won't be quite settled. But I can see that Ronnie Harris has taken the win now with another 49 second out. And it is Bill Harris who holds off the attentions of Will Howarth, who actually goes fastest in the second sector there, but unfortunately not quite enough to find its way past, and he misses out on the second place by 0.049 of a second. Been some good close racing there, hasn't there, Bradley?
It certainly is, and another one coming across the line now. That's Steve Costin and James Nage, and it's Costin by 4/100ths of a second. Jack Bettis 2.2 seconds down the road from Costin and Nage on that final lap. Kev Lilly through on the first of the rookie mini-twins. That's 4 rookie mini-twin victories for Jack Noble, bike number 24. Rob Bryan, second of the rookie mini-twins ahead of Brian Mayer, and Brandon Wibley, another third place for him. Dan Sales, James Eggington, Ben King. Next up should be the number 79. That will be the rookie mini-twin rider of Jack Wolf, as he comes across the line now on that white and red SV650. There is Tony Hood on bike 998. Martin Siggins across the line. He will claim 4 points for his 12th position. as Merlin Lindsay comes across the line. 13th for him, Adam Fernley, number 164. He will claim the 2 points. 119, that is Simon Healy. That is for the final point in the MRO Minitwins. Next up, 36. That will be for Elliot. That is a 5th place for him. That will be 11 points for his championship efforts.